think that's the horse that ran out very badly at the second round.
Jeff Martin kicks away. It's a goal. 6 points the difference. Sturt 14-13. North 15-13 and North have stopped.
And Sturt and fast was been forced in this game, as we suggested, midway through the quarter. They've got football character this year, and the magnificent Peter Motley started that goal, took a great mark in the pack, immediately played on to John Painter, who's now playing on a half-forward flank, who popped it over, and Jeff Martin took a magnificent goal in the square, and they're a goal behind.
There's a tremendous atmosphere at the Unley Oval. Sturt have come from 5 goals down. Now they've just got 6 more points to make up. Daryl Smith's in possession. Sturt come forward yet again. Hollis is under it. So spot, they spoil each other. Zubernick traps it, scoots it out the back. Martin in hand. Sturt in possession. On for Motley. He'll mark it. And he's going to play on. And there's nobody home in the square. Will Wilmot get there? No, he won't. It's bounced up in the air. Wilmot trying to take possession. Arnold, meanwhile, clears for North Adelaide.
John Riley's got to get away from Hollis. He's going to go to Trevor Hill, and Hill will drive North Adelaide out of defence. He wild kick to centre wing. Pake against Phillips. Phillips content to see him go to the boundary line. They've got time on their side, but there's one straight kick the difference.
Mike Noonan is a worried man. This is the toughest game he's played out of game. Last week they had Glenelg coming back at them, but not like this.
Throw in on the outer side. Spear and Parsons. David Tiller's back onto the ground, and he drives it long. 6 the boot. Right to the half-forward line. Chase for Fry. He couldn't take possession. Whittlesey the tackle. Hold.
Gee, that's a tough one.
Eddie Fry wants to play it on quickly. He's going to have to go back and give it to Whittlesey.
3.5 minutes of time on as Whittlesey comes from the back line. He's looking for Downs or Motley. Mike Redden could have claimed that one. Daryl Smith puts his nose over the ball, gets it out to Downs, who dropped it. Daryl Smith forces it forward. Zubernick, meanwhile another free kick. Gee, the free kicks are going the Blues' way. Mind you, they've got the nose over the ball.
They've got the momentum up too, Keith.
Daryl Smith, short, clock. Handball line towards Zubernick. He's got a kick. He does. He'll go short and find Motley. Now Motley will slow it up this time. Don't lose it, Motley.
Oh, that was a spectacular piece of Academy Award work, by the way.
Nothing in that.
Peter Motley short. Wilmot on the lead. Can Arnold get there? No, Wilmot's got it. Well, Wilmot, you've kicked 7-1 so far from 8 kicks, and this is going to be your big kick of the day.
He's made it hard for himself, hasn't he? Look at the angle. It's huge.
And ironically, his last miss was his last kick.
And at this stage, the breeze has dropped to nothing, so he can do it.
This kick could tie the ball game. It's a great kick. No, hands. 5 points the difference.
What a sensational moment of, undecided. Couldn't decide what was going to happen, could we? And Mick Noonan, like us, is on the edge of his seat.
4.5 minutes of time on, and this is the most exciting game of the year.
Mervyn Kane also, his end of the ground.
Not much to do with it right now because the ball's right in the attack zone for the Blues.
Wildy's kick out towards Spear and Parsons. Parsons couldn't mark it. He recovered well. He's collared David Tiller. He's collared Jarman. Play on the call. Tiller, here's a run for North. They're out of trouble. Stephen Hay drives long. We've played 30 minutes up to the full forward area. Big fly. Kane at the back. North Adelaide get it into their attack zone.
Oh, and Mike Noonan wants the ball to go. So
there's been 8 goals scored for the quarter, Keith. There could be a minute or so to go.
So the throw-in will take place in the forward pocket for North Adelaide. And this is a vital knockout for Sturt. Peter Reid chaps it on towards Smith. He can't grab it. Gumley with it. Gumley's kick is high. Anywhere it'll go. Jarman. And Andy Jarman rides the bump, goes down. Felt that one on the right cheek, so to speak.
Yes, it was all his ball right from the time it got kicked off the boot.
So Andy Jarman, the brilliant centre man for North, drives it forward. There it is. What a game. 5 points the difference. North Adelaide the victors. They go in undefeated. 15-13, 103 points against a courageous Blue side. 14-14, 98.
Football at its very best at the Unley Oval this afternoon, and well, maybe a draw would have been fitting, but it wasn't to be. North Adelaide remain undefeated by 5 points their victory this afternoon. 15 goals 13 to Sturt's 14-14. The goal kickers for North Adelaide, Brearley 4, Parsons and Anthropos 2, while for Sturt, Wilmot bagged 7 and Martin 3. And the stats from the Unley Oval: in the kick department, North Adelaide 195 to Sturt 208. The marks 62 to 84. The handballs 103 to 92. Frees 32 played 35, and the rucks out of centre. North Adelaide 15, Sturt 8, and the scoring shots, well, even Stevens there, 28 apiece. After the game, Keith Collins spoke to Mike Noonan and Mervyn Kane.
Mike, you looked a worried man 5 minutes from the end. It was a great game of footy, but what made the difference?
Well, let's cover the first part. Yes, I think I was worried, but I was worried about 2 or 3 minutes into the game when all of a sudden some decisions were given which I found very difficult to follow, and I think that continued throughout the game. Nevertheless, I think both sides, although it's a different style I've seen out of Sturt, they tried scragging, doing everything, and well, that's their business, I suppose, but we were put under that sort of pressure, and I think we, to the best of our ability, we made a lot of mistakes, of course, but to the best of our ability, we tried to play the footy we know against all sorts of elements, and in the end, I still felt that even when it got tight, we did enough cool things and enough sensible things to get ourselves out of it.
Mervyn, commiserations, they can't get much closer, but of course North Adelaide take the money. Did you feel that height might have been just that little bit of difference? Because even in your position in the back pocket was a bit of a struggle against their tall timber.
Oh no, I don't really think height was a difference, Keith, because I think if you look at the, an ounce of luck, it could have gone the other way, so then we wouldn't have been talking about height. We would have been talking about our great fighting qualities, that sort of thing.
Well, indeed, they were there, but you gave them 5 goals at one stage in the last quarter and then still came back with a chance to draw the game if Wilmot had managed another half a metre. It was that close, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're impressive, I suppose, in the fact that they kick quick goals. They seem to kick 3 and 4 in just as many minutes, and we were aware of that situation because they've done it all year, and we were prepared for a fight back. I was expecting that to happen. I really was.
Unfortunately, a bit of spite crept into the game at times. So why do you think that happened?
Well, emotions were running pretty high out there, Keith, and we were keen to win, and the way they played, they were very keen, and they're running hot at the moment, so both sides were pretty much on the ball, and so contact sport, that's liable to happen at any stage.
The crowd was reasonably unhappy with the umpiring, and I suspect that if you asked a North Adelaide supporter, they'd be as unhappy as a Sturt supporter. What was the feeling from you out there and coaching as well?
Oh, well, I don't like to be drawn on umpiring performances, and I spoke to Des Foster this morning, actually, and told him that if there's anything I had to say about umpiring, I'd go to him direct rather than sort of through the media.
The thoughts there of Mike Noonan and coach Mervyn Kane. Well, Graham, just looking at that game this afternoon, full credit to North Adelaide, they held on, but also great credit to Sturt, the Double Blues and Mervyn Kane for their character in that last quarter. They looked gone.
Well, they did. I think I said so during the course of it. They were 4 goals down, staring down the gun barrel with about 10 minutes to go. But they proved they had football character. And that's a big thing. Character means having a go when the odds are against you. That's what Sturt did today twice. North got away from them. And sure, at the start of the game, I think Mick Noonan tried to mention that one. Sturt jumped them, got 3 goals in front. And they came back. Look, North have arrived as a football power in this state, and Sturt have arrived as a definite Final 5 contender. The game had everything, Rick. Fiery clashes of the order of the day, as you well know. Tony Adams and Todd Viney. Just be a little cooler, fellas, because I'd hate to see you get, not report, that's not the way to put it, but hate to see you get caught up in an uncompromising situation. But, they're 2 players, or not players of the future. I mean, Adams is a McGarry medalist, and Todd Viney's going to be a player. But all round, it just had everything. It kept you on the edge of your seat all day. And those sort of games make football worthwhile, quite frankly. And it's a long time, I think, since North have handled Sturt at Unley Oval, from what I've heard, Robert, you'd know. And so they come out of the game feeling very satisfied, because they don't often win against Sturt at Unley Oval.
No, the big thing, though, Graham, obviously Frank Spill was put to the test today, particularly in as much as he had the other 2 big fellows, Redden and Parsons, to contest. How did he handle it?
I think Frank Spill played a marvellous game, and he did something I haven't seen him do that often. He took overhead marks. And that is the forte of people like Parsons and the big boy Redden. They do take overhead marks, and Mervyn Kane touched on the fact that probably they were a wee bit short in that final line of defence. Mervyn Kane was against a fellow 6'7" for half the game. Then when he went on to John Brill, he's about 6'4", I'd say also. So he and Andrew Downs were really stretching all day, trying to limit those 2 guys' marking power. But great game, had plenty of punch and power and everything else that goes to football.
What about? Do you think Sturt also had worries on their half-forward line as well? They had Wilmot up there, but they've got to get it over half-forward to give Wilmot a shot.
Yeah, Robert Klomp, he tried hard, and he's got physical, he's a physical player, but marking's the problem. They've got to get more marking power on the half-forward line. They never had it today, and that probably cost them, in retrospect, their chance of winning.
Certainly a great game at the Unley Oval this afternoon between Sturt and North Adelaide. We'll take a short break, and then we'll take a look at a couple of the rare sights in football. The Panthers celebrating a win.